Just let me know if my voice is audible. Great, 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 great. All right, all right. So first of all, welcome everyone to Let's Upgrade and to this very, very interesting batch of Vue.js Essentials. We have with us Varun Sharma sir, who will be your trainer for this weekend, for this entire Essentials batch. You will be learning from him. And we will introduce Varun sir in some time. But before that, I would like to know where all from have you joined. Just let me know. आप लोग कहाँ से हो? Amazing. I'm getting Gurgaon, Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore, Rourkela, even USA, Pune, Hyderabad, Jammu. Wonderful, wonderful. Great. So people are joining from all over the country, plus from out of the country as well, from USA as well. There's someone from my hometown, Nagpur. Wonderful, wonderful. So yes, I hope everybody is excited to get ahead with Vue.js Essentials for Saturday and Sunday. Just make some noise in the chat. Are you all excited? Great, great, great. So we have with us Varun Sharma sir, who will be your trainer for this weekend. And Varun Sharma sir has 8+ years of experience in this field. He is someone who does this every day. So he is a real life developer and he is working as a CTO in Newgen IT services. With that amazing amount of experience and working in this field day in and day out. So I hope you are going to have an amazing time with him. Please do not hesitate to ask your doubts. Your doubts will be handled by Paridhi. She will take your doubts to sir whenever there is a break in the topic or whenever sir is comfortable. All right. So you can just post your doubts in the chat during the session and Paridhi will take it to sir. All right. Over to you, sir. Please go on.
Hello, everyone. My name is Varun Sharma. So as Sneha has told you that I have been working into this from last 7 to 8 years. Very good evening. So I think without wasting time, we should start doing something with the keyboard. Okay. So what I'll do, there are two type of trainings. First of all, it's a kind of introduction and basic knowledge. Right now we have 2 hours today and 2 hours tomorrow. We have 4 hours. We'll be having basic introductions. So basic means that you'll be aware, get to know about things which are related with Vue.js. So let's give 5 minutes for the introduction for the Vue.js. Let me share my screen meanwhile.
Guys, please be interactive. Please be interactive. Otherwise, it should not, the class, why there's a particular reason why we are here on Zoom, so that you can see sir face to face. You can speak to him. You can get your doubts to him. So please answer whenever sir asks, and let's keep the class lively and interactive. Okay.
Maybe there's some issue. I'm not able to share the screen. Host has this.
Yes. Please enable his screen sharing. Host.
So all of you are most welcome. Actually, in our daily life, we do a lot of coding related to different framework, library, and it's really good to deliver these things to the youth so that you can be you can be aware of these things at your early age. So let's try. No,
please. Still not?
No.
Kirtana, Kriti, anyone there? Please enable screen sharing.
Yes, ma'am, just a sec. Sir, can you please check it down once? Is it possible now?
Yeah, I'm trying. Just hold on. Just give me a second. Okay.
Okay.
So let me know once my screen is visible.
It's visible, sir, please.
Okay. Thank you. So I usually work on Mac OS. Will focus on the syntax only for now. Maybe some of you will be aware of some of the techniques. Maybe it is possible that a lot of things will be new for you. So you can be in two directions. You can learn things, you can understand, but you don't need to worry about the syntax. It is just about the awareness things, because learning syntax is quite time taking process. You type one day, second day, third day, fourth day, you'll keep on learning. So you today and tomorrow you will focus on what are the things, what are the basic functionality of those techniques, not about the syntax. Definitely you're going to see the syntax, but you don't need to focus on that. If you want, then we can deliver that syntax to you as well. So we'll be discussing about the techniques and what is Vue.js and all that stuff. So let's start. So I'll focus on chat in a while. Whenever we want to start a project or we want to do anything, what I do is, as a developer, I create an environment or a folder, we can say, so that all of my things remain at same place. I don't need to find anywhere else. So the tool we are going to use is Visual Studio Code. Let me create directory for you people. Okay. Do I need to admit everyone here? Yes. Okay. What I'm doing right now is I have created a folder. I'm going to open this same folder inside my text editor, Visual Studio Code. Okay, I'm going to close this chat for now. Fine. What is Vue.js? Let me show you some websites so that we can have some idea. Here's a Google. We have Yahoo. A lot of websites are there. What is website? The content which is getting displayed on web page. Web page means anything coming on web page, like you open a browser. It can be any browser, Chrome, it can be Edge, it can be Firefox, Brave, it's your choice. Whatever you see inside the browser, it always comes under a web page. So what is web page? Web page is basically a page where we present our information in a kind of software or in a kind of website. Right now, if you see here, if I press coronavirus here, the tab, it gets refreshed. Just watch here. Let me click cricket. So what exactly is happening here is, every time I click on any of the tab, it hits the server, request new page, then it gets reloaded. Okay, now let me open some good brands which you might aware of. This is Flipkart. Let me click somewhere, but it won't refresh. Let me put. This is actually important. You need to have a look what we are doing. I'm going to do. Flipkart, I'm clicking on mobile, it won't refresh. What is the difference? It is fast. No matter, Yahoo is even faster. But this is single page application. In single page application, we do not refresh the page. What we do, we load the data in the very first hit, and then we keep on loading the data in chunks. which makes it faster. And we do not refresh the page. Let's say if you click on another tab and I'm loading this header and the footer, which is quite going to be same on every page, it is waste of time and resources over internet. So what that technique is exactly? Single page application. This is what we are going to do. Now, implementing single page application is not like you can do this in Vue.js only. The first thing came into the market is Angularjs. Angularjs is it's a framework that was developed by Google in 2010, and then it was followed by React.js, which is a library. Now these days Vue.js is ruling the roost, and the latest version of Vue.js is 3. See here, the URL contains 3. You need to be very sure that exactly you have opened the Vue.js 3. If you are working in Vue.js 2, then you need to migrate yourself. I'll suggest to be on the latest library.
Hello?
Yeah.
You just zoom your screen, sir.
Okay. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So basically Vue.js will use Vue.js to create a single page application. Let me start with the installation. You have basically 2 major process. First is like we can use the URL of the library of Vue.js. Second is we can install the packages of Vue.js in our folder using npm or yarn. Now what is npm or yarn? And that is a detailed discussion. Let me follow with the first approach. I'll guide you with the both of the approach. First, we'll go through the CDN. CDN is easy. CDN is like a content delivery network. I'll click on installation. Let me walk you through the starting. You have to click get started, then get started, installation, CDN package. I'll copy the script from here. Okay, let's create a file, index.html, a simple file which will allow me to write my code. Okay, so there's a shortcut over here. What I can do, I can type exclamatory, then I can hit tab button, which can give me the whole document of HTML. Otherwise, there's one more point. What I can do, I can type HTML, then head, then title, but I'll prefer to go for the shortcut. Vue.js 3 introduction. So what you need to do, we just copied the syntax from, the CDN from the website. I'll paste it here. There's one thing you need to change. See, it has been mentioned here next. You know what next means? Vue.js keeps on updating their library or their framework. So that's a framework. So every time you write next, whenever you load your page, Vue.js will hit the latest version, which I won't suggest you to go for, because sometimes the different version can be a breaking change for your current code. So it is better to define here the version of the framework which you are going to use. So then there's one more thing. You need to go here in extensions of Visual Server. I'll click here live server. You need to install this live server, because I don't want to refresh myself again and again to see the results. So right click, when you install it, you'll be able to play this open with live server. How this will be helpful, I'll let you know. Let's say this is my title. Let me bring down that screen in front of you. Okay, let me know if this is okay for you people, or I'll go for the bigger one. You can see the title here, Woojs 3 introduction. I'll remove the N. I'll do the save. I don't need to refresh. It will automatically update the page in the browser. So this is the working of live server, nothing else. Right. So here is my body tag. Whatever you want to display in white page, it comes under the body tag. First day in Woojs. Okay, here it is. Now let me start some sort of code with Woojs. Actually, this is just an HTML, nothing to relate with Woojs. What I can do here is code.js. This JS file will hold all of my scripting, whichever I'm going to use on this page. First of all, at the end of body tag, what I'll do, I'll place this script tag, which have my source /. What exactly // means? The current folder. Current folder, here you just need to find out code.js. This is the benefit of creating folder and having the same folder inside the Visual Studio Code. It will automatically keep you suggesting that you're on right path or not. It will keep you suggesting like // So it will go like this. I'll be able to know, okay, this is fine. Okay, so I'll make a check, working fine. Whether my console is working, how we can check in the browser, you need to click, right click, inspect. Let me do some, hold on. Okay, you need to go inside console. Okay, so you can see here, working fine is there. That means my file has been linked easily. Now I'll start with the Vue. How we can, link other things. Do I need to, it's actually giving problem to me, admitting everyone over here. My control is getting shifted. Okay, no problem. What I'll do, I'll create an application, a variable, which is going to be const. You must have seen in JavaScript that we take where, let's say a is equals to 10, then some people take a is equals to 10, some people take const a is equals to 10. Both are equally valid. All are variables. Variables are nothing, they are just to hold the value, but all the three keywords have different meaning. So I'm going to take const because I don't want to redeclare this variable. So it will be like app Vue.create app. I need to mount the app inside any of the containers. So what I'll do, I'll create a div here, id is equals to my app, some sort of name which you want to give. That's it. You can check the errors. It is there, rendered property of undefined. That means they don't have anything to render. What I'll do, I'll pass an object template. Now there is one thing, what I have done so far is I have created one div, which is a division. I have assigned an ID. Then I have what I have declared here is I'm going to create one app which is going to be mounted inside this ID. ID means hash. Whenever you write CSS, it's the same rule there as well. It's the same here as well. It's not going to change. If it's an ID, then you're going to use the hash. Fine. Template is like h1 testing Vue.js. Now see on your left side, what exactly here is testing on Vue.js with template. Now what is template actually? There is nothing inside in this HTML. How come this template has been injected here? Let me show you. Right click, inspect. Okay, see here. Let me zoom it again. This is my div which I wrote. Let me change the screen so that I can show you. This is my div which is empty here, but when it ran, it gets populated with the data which is in code.js file. This is my template which has overwritten here. Like I can write, welcome to Let's Upgrade, but you won't be able to see welcome to Let's Upgrade here because it has been overwritten by the template over here. I could have.
So what is template?
Template is a keyword. Vue.js needs a template to populate the div or the container, whichever is defined here. So we need to give template, and this is not mandatory. And this is not even good if you are working with big templates. I'm not going to use this. This is just to be, on your board that these things exist. A lot of things which we do throughout the course, they are going to work maybe in different direction, but they will remain there. Okay, so what I'll do, this is really tough for me to design the whole template in JavaScript file and inject it here. Now, if you can see, here it is, welcome to Let's Upgrade. What I'll do, I'll return a function named data. And this is a defined thing. You need to do in the same manner. Data will be a function. Now, what kind of data? It's going to return our variables which will have the values like first name. It's really let's say last name. Okay, welcome to Let's Upgrade with, I'll use double curly brace and the name of variable.
Sir,
Here it is.
what is use of mount object?
Sorry, there's more echo on your side. Can we have all our questions at the end of session? Because if I keep on delaying like this, I won't be able to complete the topics.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sure. I'll definitely answer all of the questions. Put your doubts.
Yes, guys, I request you all to put your doubts here in the chat. By the end of the session, I'll let sir know all of your doubts and then it will be solved. Thank you.
Exactly. Definitely, we'll solve that. Okay, fine. So what I have done here is, this is of rendering of the value of variable. See, if I remove the double curly brace, it will be like first name. It doesn't evaluate the value of variable. To get the value of variable, get it evaluated, I need to put it into double curly braces inside Vue. I'm talking about Vue. That's different in case of other library and frameworks. So what is this exactly? You people must have heard about JSON. Like, let me show you some example over here so that maybe my finger sometimes goes faster. So I'll try to be slow, right? So you can understand. You can ask me again at the end of the session. Okay, let me have one person over here. One person which has array. What I'll do, I'll put properties of that person inside array. Let's say name is Varun, and let's say is gender is male. Let's say age is, let's say 60, example. So what I'll do, I'll ask my developer, or I ask myself, let's get the age of the person. So I need to see the index. We all know array works from the 0 index. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Okay, fine. So what I'll do, I'll write here 2. Now this is really tough for me to remember all of the index when there are a lot of properties over here. So what I can do here is person name word. This is known as key value pair, and gender male, age let's say 40. So I don't need to remember the index. What I'll do, word person dot name, person dot age. Now this has become easy for me. This is JSON object, JavaScript object notation. We are going to use the whole framework in this manner only. We're going to use the array as well. Arrays, JSON is not a competitor of array. I just took an example to make you people understand that this is the real meaning, and JSON can hold key value pair. Left side is the key, right side is the value. Key value, key value. So moving back to my point, array is always there. We're going to use both of them. So what I have done so far is as many as variables I can return from here. First name, last name, any of the variable, I can use it here. That's really easy for me. If you want, then I can do things like, what I want is, okay, so we can make it bold. This is just a silent part, nothing else. I'll let you know some tricks on CSS as well if we get time. Moving on to next. So this is the way we create our variables. Data is going to be same. Data is a kind of a predefined function for Vue.js. If you don't declare data, you won't be able to use this variable inside our HTML page. I saw someone asking this question. So just to be on the same page, we need to do the things in this manner only. So, and you need to return the JSON object like this. Now this is a JSON object, key value pair, key value, key value. Okay, let's move next. Once we start developing application, we have a lot of stuff which we want to put inside our application. And there's one more thing. If you write this double curly brace thing outside my app, so it will display like this. Remember, we have mounted only this ID. We have ID, we have class, we have so many things. Let me give you some more example. Let's say we have mounted two apps are there. Let me show you some syntax. If you want to have two divs of same class, let's say app into 2. Dot is for class. See, now it has the class, not the ID. What I'll do here is dot, but remember, it will only populate the first one. Okay. Let me see where it is exactly. Okay, let me remove this template testing. So if you do inspect, see here, the first div with class app has been populated, but the second one is ignored. So I'll prefer to use ID, but you can use class as well. But remember, there's no such sort of use which can help you here. It is not like that. As many as divs which has the classes, as many as container which has the classes, same class, they won't be able to get populated. So this is the one thing. Now you have a lot of conditions, reference, and you need to pass the values. We have functions. Lot of let me place this here. Okay, fine. Let's move on. Now we can have one button tag here. So we always have shortcut. If you're using Visual Studio Code, what you can do is you can type button and you can hit tab. These are the MX which helps you to write the code in better way and really fast. If you are really aware of what you are going to design, what you are going to develop in the UX, and I'm going to have 2-3 divs. So let's say I'm going to have 2 divs in, and then those 2 divs will have, or let's say 1 div, that 1 div will have 5 divs with item class. So it's really easy for me. See here. I'm going to have div 5. Sorry, div, which is going to have 5 div inside with the item class. And there's one more thing, we can have our numbers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will generate automatically. You don't need to worry about this. But these are the emits. You'll be able to learn. You start progressing yourself into this. So I'll take a button. What I want to do is, whenever I click on that button, I want to change the value of this name. How it is possible? Let's say change name. Here it is, but nothing is happening. First of all, whenever you get any problem or you need to find out a solution or you need to write a program, there's a major problem. What we do as a human being is, whenever I ask someone that, can you please make a program of factorial in C or in C++, the moment I ask this question, they just start, calculating int, float, for loop, and everything in their mind. I didn't ask you to write the syntax. I just asked you to make the logic. So 2 different things are there, logic and syntax. You don't need to worry about the syntax. Syntax is available on the internet. You'll be able to learn on first day, second day, 10, 20 days, 30 days. You need to focus on the logic. That means the meaning. Now the logic is, I want to capture the event, on-click event of this button. So how to do that in Vue.js? First was my logic. Second is the syntax. I hope you got my point. First is the logic, that I want to capture the event whenever that button is clicked. And second, how to do that in Vue.js. Or I could have written like this. Okay, click event in Vue.js. So they'll definitely tell me. You don't need to search here because we are here for you. That's the idea. Why I'm giving you this idea, you should be able to do yourself only. So Vue tells that Vue says I'll be able to understand more if you could write things right in this way. Vue v on click, sorry, colon click. So on click, you can call the function. I haven't defined any function. Let me see if we get, no, hold on. Let me define function. So here is the data. Data won't be able to have the functions. There's one more thing over here, which is going to be the property, JSON object, which will have the function. Let's name the function change first name. So what we can do is, over here, I'm going to have the last name as well. It's really okay. Let me show you both the ways here. First name, then I can have last name. It's fine, Varun Sharma. But what I can do over here is, instead of this, I can write here last name. See the issue. Oh, sorry. I need to concatenate plus combine. But there's an issue. There's no space inside this. So what I can do, we have a lot of ways. I can give space here. It works. I can give space here. Yes, it will definitely work here. But there's one more way. If you're getting things from the database or the API, we can say, and you can't modify them, what you can do is you can concatenate yourself a space. Right? Now what I want is, on the click of this button, I want to change the first name and last name. Okay. Name it to update name. In the first shot, I won't do all of my logic because I want to make sure the button click is working. Then I'll create a logic of updating the names. Working on click. Okay. I'll copy the name from here just to be on safer side. I don't want to make typo mistake, which every developer does. Even not, I'm not an exception to that. Okay, I'm going to click on this change name. You can check here, we have working on click. If I click it again, it won't give you another text, but it will definitely tell you how many times the same text has appeared. This has been appeared 5 times, 6 times. The click will increase the count. So now we are sure that we are inside this function. Our console is working. Console is a kind of, debugging technique. You'll be able to know that, okay, up to this, a line of code, our implementation is right. We are able to get through this. Okay. So what I can do, it's not like first name is equals to, let's see. Let's upgrade. Okay. Last name is equals to upgrade. It won't work. Why so? Whenever we bind variables with our app, it comes with a reference. It's like, I don't have the name of those things, but I want to give the reference. So it will be like this particular scope which has the variable name, first name, like this dot last name. This means this particular scope, I'm referencing to that. Let's do check. See, the name has been updated successfully. Let me do some break over here. Okay, fine. So now there's again one more thing. Just have a look over here. I'm going to click the button. It's not going to update. The same way, single application will work. I'll walk you through the one or the other product, how the single application works at the end, if we have time as well. Okay, fine. So it was easy for me to update the variables using this. What I did initially, I just implemented a click functionality. Now I'm telling you people that you need to understand this. It's not like the way I do work. I'm trying my level best to understand this, that these people are newbies, and I have to, make them understand in the lower layer. So in same case, if you are working with any of the language, then you need to understand that how that language works. Then you need to make your PC understand in that language only. Now, who tells that I need to know this in this way? You can't implement like this. This is the syntax. If you are not able to remember, don't worry. It's available on the internet. You need to have the logic. Oh, on click I need to do this. That's thing. And let me show you this shorter syntax. You can have @ let me see if it works. Sorry. You can remove that. Let me have both the syntax over here. Let me comment this one. Okay. Who says there's an alias to that? If you are not, feeling easy for this, you can have @. I'll be able to understand that this is an event on which I need to fire this block of code. So this block of code comes from methods inside your create app, and those methods have value. Value has functions. You can have as many as functions separated by comma. We'll have that. So this is the way I can call a function. Let's say I don't want to write this. I don't want to do this hard code. Why this is giving warning that if you are doing some code and I haven't installed so many extensions, and Visual Code keeps you telling that you can't keep console inside your code, it doesn't look nice, and if it goes on production, then you're not a good developer. So they're asking me to remove, but I won't remove it. It's for you people only. What I want is just send me the first name and last name. I'll update these accordingly. I don't do hard code. Now this first name and last name doesn't have value because I haven't passed anything yet. It's like inside single quote Vue.js. So now the things are little bit on the dynamic side. We haven't done any hard code here. You can use this function to update both the names at any point of time by passing the first name and last name. And it doesn't matter you take here first name, last name. It doesn't have to do anything on the variable on the left side. These are the just variable names. Variable names is like, we talk about, let me give you some example over here. You all must have, done C, C++. It's about understanding things in your own way. So normally people says, whenever you ask what is the difference between identifier and keyword, they'll say this is keyword because it is reserved. I can't ask you right now because we don't have time for that. I'm telling you. And this is identifier. This is an identifier. And this is my value. Let's say we are developing some program with Sahiti. I asked Sahiti change the value of this variable. So they change it. Okay, and do one thing. Now change the value of variable to 60. Okay, and when we step out from this program and after 1 or 2 months we come back, even Sahiti won't be able to understand what exactly the C is. At that time, what we imagined it student ID, but we didn't write that. So now it becomes an identifier. Identifier is a variable name which identifies the value. And keyword is also identifier because even it identifies, this int is also an identifier which identifies that the value is going to be in the number format, but it is already defined, so it is known as keyword. Keywords are also an identifier. So having variable name of your own is good. What I can do is fn. Really difficult. ln. So it's your choice. A lot of people like to write code like this, but I don't prefer. It will work. It doesn't have to do anything with the functionality. But at the end of the day, you won't be able to understand fn. You need to spend some time if you come after some time. you need to understand that, okay, this is FN. Oh, this is first name. I'm going to send this. So keep your variables to the point. You don't need to spend time anymore. I'm not, telling you that put here command. You should do this as well, but we don't have time for that. Okay. This was passing variable through function, and it's easy. Okay. Fine. So this is one person named data. Let's say I have some conditional data. Okay. Let me have count here so that I can show you. Let me have one count variable, 0. Yeah, it's here. What I want is, if the count is greater than increment, if the count is greater than 5 or 10, any number, then only I'm going to show the up welcome to let's string. Okay, let's put it inside a span. I need a container for a condition. First of all, I'll activate the click. Okay, I can, target this variable directly from here only. Now there are two methods. Sorry. I hope I don't need to wear the mask over here. So let's move on. So we have count. What I can do the previous way, increment count. So what is this? This is going to increment this dot count plus plus. Okay, let's call this on click of increment. Let's see if it is working. Yeah, it's working. So what I could have done to make it more easy, if I don't have anything else, if you have more than one line of code, then you can put inside function. If you have only a single line or a word, then you can do it here as well. Sorry. So you can increment. Sorry. So both are equally valid. It's your choice. I'm not going to remove this. Will remain here for you only. Okay. So what I want is Vue.js. There is a if condition. I'm telling Vue that I need a condition. If the count is greater than 5, then only display this. You won't be able to see. Let me increment. See, when it gets updated from 5 to 6, then only you are able to see a string. How it is possible? Because we have if condition. We can have two strings. Like, I could have said, sir, do one thing. No string. Increment mode to see the string. To see this string. Okay. So we else. So we have else part over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suddenly, when the increment goes above, when the counter goes above 5, we got our string, and the else part got removed, because this is the general pattern in our day-to-day life. If I ask you people, okay, if you get 80% number, if you get more than 80% number, then I'll let you buy MacBook. Otherwise won't. So we have common sense. We all know that only one will be valid at one time. So this is the same inside any of the language framework library, anywhere. If goes like the same way, If the count is greater than 5, you'll be able to see this. Otherwise, you'll be able to see this thing. This is else. Now you can do this in another way as well. How? A lot of people are really late. Okay. We show. See, it's here. Increment more to see. Now we show needs true false. What I can do is count show string. So I have more than one condition. I'll remove the count plus plus, and I won't be trying to be over smart here. I'll do the copy paste. Okay, just hold on. I need to have the value here. It's going to be true by default. See, now both the techniques are working in the same way, but there's an internal difference. What I did here is I took one variable which is true. I bind it here. After binding this variable here, this is by default true. So it's going to show this string. No matter with the if, it doesn't have to do anything with the if. It will always show on and depending on the condition. Now the conditioning is variable and it is true. So what I did, I was incrementing this count. What I asked, if the count is greater than 5, you should make it false. Once this variable is false, you won't be able to see this string. But there's a difference. Let me show you the difference. Okay, what is the difference exactly? I'll pick up this. I'll put it here. I'll do the refresh. H1 div. Let me open this. Okay. I hope you can see this span. Span doesn't have anything over here right now. Let me do the increment. Okay. Suddenly, you saw one span coming over here. That's fine perfectly because it is under if. But this particular span is almost there. I'm explaining this again. This is a deep point. Display none is a property of CSS. It didn't remove this particular DOM, particular element from the page. The element is still there. It is hidden. If I do display block, you will be able to see this. Increment more. But in case of else, let me show you this as well. Increment. This is the span. I'm going to increment again. Okay, fine. Now you won't be able to see that span. So that particular element is not available in your DOM right now. Let me explain you this again. If you are working with if else, Vue.js will render only one element on your screen. Really one element. But if you are using show means it's going to work on the CSS only. The element will remain on your screen every time. but it's going to change the CSS property to do some sort of trick related with display or display not. I hope you got my point. Okay, why I'm commenting this because it's for your reference. Let me do the comment here. Okay. Fine. Let me do one comment one by one. Okay, so I'll take another. Now we have one another. So this was conditional. We had a condition. Now let's say you have array. Let me go down like this. Okay, persons gonna have we are almost near about half of the session. People are still joining. So I'll ask you everyone, it's my humble request, if you could spare more time tomorrow, if you can join it early, then it will be great. So see, you're investing your time and money, and we are investing our time. So it will be mutual. It should be mutual benefit to both of us. Okay, person, one name. Let's say Kritika. Another name, let's say Vishal. Another name, we can have Ekam. Another name, we can have Vikas. Okay, these are the names of persons. What I want is UL then li. I hope you understand ULL. What is exact ULLI? We have ordered list, then we can have li like home. Okay, let me put name here so you can get. Sorry, I'm using a lot of shortcuts, but those shortcuts are not for you guys. That's why I'm not letting you know. Even once you start designing this, I'll suggest you to write dot by dot yourself. Let me just give me 1 minute for this explanation. This is really serious. From the very beginning, if the teacher starts you asking to create notes on your copy, don't do that. Copy is not going to reply you for your errors. First thing. Second, once you start typing, you're going to get error. Then only you will be able to know what exact syntax works for which particular library or framework, right? And why I'm not telling you the shortcut, you must have heard about a lot of softwares, frameworks other than backend frameworks. We have heard about we can have an example of WordPress, software which helps in designing websites, that is Adobe Dreamweaver. A lot of people learn in the very first phase how to work with Dreamweaver. That is not recommended. Sorry. Why so? You don't know how to do code. You don't know how to manipulate HTML, CSS. You don't know how to write JavaScript. So once you start clicking on Dreamweaver, what you have learned is Dreamweaver. You click on somewhere, it generates the code. So don't make fool out of you. You need to write each dot on your own. Afterwards, once you are very familiar, once you are very good with writing the syntax, then you can use any software or a framework. Don't make yourself handicapped in the first phase. Okay, let's come back here. Oh, I need to admit that. Vishal. Okay, I'm gonna have one name. Let me see. So you people can see there's 1, 2, 3 over here. I didn't write 1, 2, 3, but what I did, I took ordered list. Ordered list means number automatically. They'll increase the number automatically. 1, 2, 3. Sorry for the light. You won't be able to see me clearly. It's not good here. Okay, now I've taken UL. UL means unordered list. Unordered means they'll show you the symbol circle. You have a square symbol. You can replace the symbol as well. So what I want is Warren, do one thing. We have one persons variable. Okay, double curly brace persons. Now we know array. I want 0 over here. This is really easy for me. I want first person to be here, and I want the second person to be here. Yeah, the result is same because we have values over here. Okay, we have one more because I hope it's not. Okay. But it's really difficult to write all of the names myself. This is not what we are doing for programming. What we can do, I want to repeat the list of items according to the length of names. This is logic. I'm not asking you to think about syntax. What I want right now is I want my LIs to be generated automatically according to the length of my persons. Okay. There's one thing. Oh, sorry. I'll remove this. Okay. Li. I'll ask Vue.js. You should run for loop. You must have, gone through the for loop. Maybe in your, we can say, bachpan, earlier days. Maybe in first year, second year. What is for loop? I could have said things like this. Okay, for every student in the group, do this. For every student in the group, assign different ID. Now this makes sense. What I'm asking my colleagues to do is pick up each student one by one and assign them a different ID. So this makes sense. I'm going to ask Woojs the same way. For person in persons, what I'm going to do is, okay, let's take H1. Here it is. The white is bold. It's not, it doesn't look nice. So I'm going to take only this name. Now, what is person? Person is a variable name. Again, it could be your choice. It doesn't make sense, but it will work. You don't need to do things in this way. Persons is the name of variable. You cannot change. You need to match this with the variable which you have declared here, defined here. So I'm asking my for loop that do one thing, Vue.js, pick up every person in persons. Just give me here. So I don't need to tell run twice, thrice. I don't need to tell them the number. I don't need to tell them anything else. I just ask them, do this thing for every person in persons. I hope it's easy to understand. Now there's one more thing. This was old variable. Persons are not going to be that person. They're going to have attribute. So what I'll do, I'll have JSON object over here. Okay, JSON object. What exactly it's going to be? Name, Kritika, age 20, gender, okay. So these properties are going to be for every person. So I will not define more over here. Okay, obviously the name tells male. Okay, now this Ekam. Again, male. I'm not biased. It depends on the name. Okay. Now, what I'll get over here is person. Person will be my object. This object. So this object will have key value. Key value. What I'll do here is person dot name. It's here. Okay. Do one thing. I'll put name inside h1, and I'll have the h3 for gender and person dot age with age the way you want. Okay. Kritika, female with age 20. All are sharing the same age. It's good. So what happened actually behind the scene is this person variable got the object every time my for loop traversed through this array. Now we know that how to access JSON object. This is just a JSON object. Key value, key value. I was aware that I'm going to have the object over here. And what I did, it was really easy for me. Person.name, person.gender, then age. I hope you all got my point, what I'm trying to tell you. Fine. So this was simple loop. What if I have a condition? I'll say Kritika is 200 years old. She is the one from Baba Adam Jamana. And we can have Vishal 20, Ekam, let's say 150 years. I want everyone to be displayed inside this whose age is greater than 20 or 50. That's simple condition. What I have seen normal people who just start working with Vue.js, they start typing if condition here, which is not good. I'll cut this. Oh, sorry. I'll cut this. I'll take a span. Span is nothing. Span is really fixing your UI or little things where you don't want to reflect your other changes on any object. So you can put span here. What I can do over here is I can put my values here. Vue.js, do one thing. Display only if person dot age is greater than 30. Let's say. Now we have only Kritika and Ekam over here. It doesn't look nice. 50. And we can have 30. Okay, makes sense. Sorry. So there's one thing. What I did is, you can see there are two different pending dots here, because it rendered the li, but it didn't show the condition. So we'll figure out how to do this. Now these are the things we need to think about. Okay, for now I'm going to comment the condition. Okay, now we have done the listing, we have done if condition, now we have done for, which is fine. Okay. Let me tell you some mouse events. behind this, I'm going to have box. So let's have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. 4 boxes with the value. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll have event of mouse. You have a lot of events of mouse, of keyboard. I'm going to tell you now mouse events, some of the mouse events. Mouse over, or we can say enter, is equals to, I'm going to fire the same function, handle event. Okay, let me change mouse leave, mouse dbl click, we can say mouse move. So we're going to create this. First of all, let me show you, there are no boxes over here. I need to create a style. Okay, let me do hide this. Sorry. Let me remove this. I have to comment. Fine. Now we'll be able to see only the numbers. These are not the numbers, these are the boxes. I need to give style. Let me just give it style real quick. This is not the exact way to give style. We need to make style sheets. Okay. So let's have width 400 pixel, height 400 pixels, display flex, justify content, center, align items, center, font, size, so OVH, I hope looks better. Background should be dark and the font color should be light. So yeah, it's here. All the boxes are here. Let me wrap all the boxes. No, we don't need to wrap. Go to left and I'm just gonna margin 10 pixel. Now it's fine for me. Okay, so we have time. I can explain you these properties. What are these properties? Width, height. For width, height, simple. These 3 properties, what they do is, see, you can see the content over here at the left top. What I want is, I want to place them at the center of the box. Let's say vertically and horizontally, I want to place them in the center. So for that, I need to do display flex. And then these 2 properties will help me aligning those in center. Now, what is font for VH? I haven't defined font in pixel because the benefit of this is if you do the zoom out, it's going to be the same. VH means vertical height. It will automatically give the font size depending on the screen height. You can have VW, viewport width. What I did, viewport height. And this is the background and this is the font color. Float left means I want every box to be in the same line. Sorry. Margin 10 pixel. What I want is margin everywhere 10 pixel. This is simple. Now my main event was handle event. I'm going to define it here. Let me check again if this is working. Handle event fired. Okay. So is it visible now? I don't know what I pressed one of the shortcut and just went over. Don't worry. You just spend your time over here. Don't think anything else, please. Okay. I'm gonna have my mouse over first. Handle event fired, because we had a mouse enter event. That means whenever the box gets the mouse inside the box, enter. Fine. It doesn't fire when I enter the second, because I had written event named mouse leave. Let me leave this box. It just fired when I left. Now the third one, it doesn't fire even on enter and even on leave. It is the different event. I have to double click the event. See, it just fired. Now the fourth one is mouse move. Just check this. I'll move the mouse on the box. It will fire the events. You can see the console here. It will keep on firing the event. Okay. What I need is I needed to fire these events only for now. So there's one thing you can capture that is really good. In this box, I'll show you. Exposition. Oh. 0, y position 0. Okay, let me show it here. X, your x is x, and y is y. It's 0. Fine, makes sense. How I'll be able to capture the position of mouse, which is relevant to the box. Remember, it will be relevant to the box. By default, whenever we fire the mouse events, these mouse events, we get event as a first parameter. Event means, let me show you what exactly the E is. Sorry, it's not. Okay. I'm going to click here. Oh, sorry, enter here. See, this is a mouse event. Let me show you on bigger screen. This mouse event is a JSON object. Now this JSON object has a lot of properties, a lot of attributes, like Alt key. It tells whether the user has pressed the Alt key with the combination of click or not. A lot of things are there, whether they have pressed Control key or not. And you can see over here, there's a type. So I could have written, sir, let me know the type. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to test every box. This is mouse enter. This is mouse leave. This is double click. This is mouse move. In this way, I can have a check. What is the type of the event which has been fired? Okay, let me show you one more thing. You can see offset X, offset Y. What that is actually? E dot offset X. This dot X is equals to E dot offset X. Let me confirm it. Yeah, it's there. E dot offset Y. Okay. There's no console over here. I'm gonna change the font size. It's really big for now. Okay. See, this is my X. This is Y, up down. If I go to the top corner, it's gonna be 0, 0 for XY. It's -1 now. Why is it so? Because this offset X and Y is relative to the container. It tells where my mouse is exactly moving relative to my container. So this is really helpful if you want to do something interactive, you want to capture the mouse, you want to move the dot with the XY position only. Let's say you must have seen some of the animations, like you move the mouse and some of the objects keep moving around the mouse only. So this is the way you can track. Okay. I think I can move on to next. Yeah. Oh, okay. There's one more thing. Let's say I told you that you can pass E as a first parameter. E is event. You can type event as well. E is a reserved parameter. Don't take it as a variable anytime. So what if I pass any variable from here? Let's say info, anything. So this gets replaced. Let me show you the console. What happens when we pass variable? See, info. What happened actually? It got replaced. The first parameter got replaced. When you don't pass any parameter, by default, the first parameter is event. But if you pass any of the parameter, it doesn't, make default parameter as the event. So you need to send $event. See, now we got the E. So always remember, you need to send yourself explicitly the event if you have any parameter. Now you want to capture the value of parameter, then that's really fine, easy. And you can have some text, and you can do anything with text over here. There's nothing to do with the text right now. It was just for your information. Okay. This is fine. Here it is. Okay. So now what I want is I want to have condition on classes. Let's say whose age is smaller than 30, the color should be different. Like before that I need to tell one more thing to you people. Let me show you this. Let's say I have anchor tag. Anchor tag tells wherever you are going. Let's say Google. I'll go here. Click me. Fine. Now once I click here, it will redirect to me Google page. That's easy. What I want is, don't make it static. Whenever you start developing the website or anything, any front-end application, any UX, UI, or the backend, you try to make all the things dynamic. Why so? Because you don't need to write everything on your own. It should be coming from the API. It may be coming from somewhere else. So you need to bind them automatically. Okay, let me type here. Website URL is this. Fine. So what I'll do here is website URL. Let me show you one thing. If I right click, inspect, this website URL remains the same. If I click here, it doesn't do anything. What I'll do, I'll tell Vue to bind my attribute. Now you can see it evaluates the value of variable. Now you can click it like this. It's really easy. You need to tell Vue.js, I'm going to bind my attribute. This is attribute. So if you find it difficult, you can go like this as well. This is the shortcut, right? Okay, so now coming back here, how to bind attributes, I told you. You can bind class here. Sorry, in double quote. You can bind style here in double quotes, depending on your condition, right? So these are the things you can do. Let me move on to next topic, which is related to getting values from input boxes. How? Let me show you. So let me have one input box over here, which is going to be the text. Break. Okay. It's easy to implement this, but what I want exactly is, I want whatever you're going to type in this box, whatever the user types here, it gets displayed over here, right next to or below input box. How it is possible? I'll take a variable over here, let's say username. It's empty. Okay, username. You have entered this username. There's no, but still I'm not able to see nothing. What I need to do is I need to bind this variable with the input box. There are two ways. I can make function to populate the variable to change whenever I type anything in the input box. I want to change the variable with the same value. I want to overwrite that. There's another way I can bind this variable with input box with using Vue.js method. I'll tell you both. First, we'll go with the function. Handle input. It's going to have the E. Let me show you what E will have. Okay. Now, first we'll check if it is fired. Okay, we have one event. Key up is equals to, key up means any key you press here, it will fire the function. Any key from the keyboard. Let me just hit something. Okay, now we are inside our function. On which event? Key up. What exactly we are getting inside E is, okay, this is a keyboard event. Let me show you one thing over here is, what is the target input? One more thing I want to show you is, let me search it. It's gonna be at last. Maybe I'm not able to search it here. There's a property through which we can get value. It's easy. I don't know where. E dot target dot value. That means where the event has been occurred, the target exactly where the event has occurred, I need to get the value of that target. Target means my input. How it is possible? See. Hey, whenever you type, it reflects with the value of the target because of that event only. So what I can do here is, which is easy for me, in this dot username is equals to E dot target dot value. Okay. It is working fine. Now this was the first way. What I did, let me repeat again. On key up. On key up means if you press any of the key from the keyboard, it's gonna fire up this event. By default, we're gonna get the E is the event, which is default object that has been populated by the browser, and this has the target, and this has the value as well. Let's say I write something wrong here. Let me show you this thing as well. See, nothing. Let me see if the errors are marked here. I'm not able to get the value or E dot A. This is, you know, you need to think, you need to see this. Uncaught type error cannot read property value of undefined. What happened actually, maybe I could have done typo mistake and that could have ran into error. And in production, it is possible. There's a lot of chance it can break your UI. The error can be maybe reflecting on the screen, which will be putting your bad impression towards the user experience. So what we do in latest syntax, question mark. What is this? Let me show you. Let me tell you the meaning. Question mark means if this E has target, only if, and that target has value. A lot of if conditions are there. I could have written like this: if E dot target, then only you should proceed. Then if E dot target dot value, both these conditions are true, then I'll proceed. Or I could have written like this: E dot target dot value. The same meaning is with the question mark. You can see there's only one question mark. It has been reflected in the new syntax only. ECMAScript versions for JavaScript, you can check the new syntax. It's there. Every time you access things, you should access things like in this manner. Okay. Coming back to my point here, working fine. This is okay. This was the one way. What is the other way? That's really easy. Let me find it. See, what I did, I took the variable name from here. I just binded it with Vue.js model, and that's the only thing you need to do. It will automatically update the variable name whenever you type something in the input box. The first way was to create a function, and the other way is you can bind your input boxes with the variable name directly. Let's say you have more than one variable name. Let's say you have anything tagline. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm gonna have one more input here with the tagline. With tagline and okay. For more reference, what you should do is you should have placeholder. Okay, now we have enter username. Username is Varun Sharma. Your search ends here. Now you can see what I want is I want to make it strong. So here are the things we can bind accordingly. It's really easy to bind with the variable name using fee model. Okay, so there's one more benefit, at the end of the day, I could have written here, let me take one button, save user info, whatever I have given. Let's say this is the form. From my perspective, I write syntax like this. It should be syntactic, sugar. You and your teammates should be able to understand whatever you have written. Okay, get value. Sorry, my mistake. Get value. It's going to be a function, and definitely it's going to be inside. So what I'll do, console.log. Let me create object. Value j is equals to a JSON object. I'll create a JSON object, whatever the input boxes has given. Username is equal to this dot username, and tagline is gonna be this dot tagline. Console dot table obj. Now what is table? It's just presenting data in a better way. Okay, Varun Sharma, let's upgrade. Save user info. Now you'll get username tagline here. These are the index, these are the value. You could have written simple console.log. Why I wrote console.table? Because it just gives you a good visualization of what exactly your object is holding the values. So what we can do in future is what we'll do tomorrow as well. We'll send the variable on the API on the server so that our data, front-end data, the form can be processed by the backend layer accordingly. Okay. Right. So we can have questions now. Let me close this. Let me open chat. From where I can open the chat. Yeah, we can do the validation also, but that's the next part. How to input validate also event.target.value. See, there are two things. Sai Virendra. Okay. Sai, there are two things. If you have form tag, let me show you. If you have here form tag, and all the inputs are inside of your form, and your button type is you have one button which has type submit, but I need to comment this. Submit type is equals to submit. Let me show you one thing, which I'm not going to do here. See, check this. Just have a look on this reload button. Once I press submit, the page gets refreshed. This is what I'm not going to do in Vue.js because this is a single page application. But for now, I can tell you the first step, how you can do the simple validation required. Now see, I'll press submit. It will ask for fill in this field. It won't refresh. It won't submit the form. This is the first way. And what exactly the second way is, let me show you. Click handle form. See, now it won't refresh the page. I have removed the validation as well. If I remove this line, it will definitely do. See, it's refreshing the page. What exactly is we are doing is we are preventing the default behavior of the form on handle form. I can override this function. Yes, Vardhan, you need to write functions inside methods. Yes. How to get JSON file, Shweta? Can you explain this? You want to populate the JSON file into any variable? Some people came late here. Yes, we can have video, but we can have a URL of video, Kalpana, and we can embed that URL using if you saw here, attribute binding. Yeah, this is the data variable. Nikhil app.mount. This is a direct message to me. Nikhil, app.mount means, let me just go up. Let me remove this or let me collapse this. App.mount means it's kind of initialization. What I want is whatever I have declared in this application should be injected into this ID. Now this ID is this div. So that's why I'm able to use the variables and functions over here inside div. That app.mount function does that magic. Sai Virendra, yeah, it's going to be a bit different from Angular. We can have form control. We have a lot of packages which can handle the same way we do, validation in Angular as well. Okay, I think there are no more questions. Let me show you some of the demos. We make products, and let me show you some power of single page applications. What we have made is we are just we were just working on vendor applications. Let me just show you the performance. How this thing works, this is actually a giant product. This is not a simple product. This is inventory solution which works with supplier, exhibitions, stores like DMart, VMart, and we have agents. They have stocks, products. Products are getting populated in real time. Let's say I click on view product and then I click on dashboard. Let me show you one thing. Now this dashboard, got me near about 48, 27, 20, near about 1 lakh entries within 349 milliseconds. Actually, this is not possible. It normally takes 8 to 10 seconds, normally, minimum. But what we do, we make it happen. We made it happen like we need it within milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds is equals to 1 second. Now this is only 349 milliseconds. What exactly we are doing is we have made single page application and we are combining the hits. We are segregating our hits into different chunks so that we can load our data in small amount, and that is really fast. How next step works? Yeah, we'll discuss this sort of some. This is later stage. Oh, it is. Is it any best YouTube channel documentation? Vue.js? No, I'll always guide the official documentation. Let me just show you how we do. I come here and it's really difficult for the new guys to get hold of any of the new language. What I do as a developer is it's really easy for me to grab any of the language. How let me tell you, this has become easy because I have really good experience in JavaScript. JavaScript is the main thing. If you don't know JavaScript prior to any framework library of JavaScript, then you won't be able to get deep knowledge of that. I'm working into JavaScript from last 7 years, and I started working in Angular in 2015 when they launched. 2016 when they launched, migrated from Angularjs to Angular 2.0. Then they came with 2.4. Then I worked in React.js in 2016. There were few people only who opted React.js because there was nothing to work with React in those days. And then we got Vue.js, then we have Preact, then we have a lot of other things as well. But now these days, Vue and React is ruling the roost. What I do, I come in, I just go to the official website. I go for guide, style guide, cookbook. These are our examples. But you can go onto the left side, or you can follow the instructions. What I taught you today is CDN. What I'll tell you tomorrow is with the help of CLI, which is really easy. And which is good for big projects. We can't make big projects like the way we used with CDN. So keep going through these documentation. I know that this is not easy for the new guys, but once you start moving through this, you won't be able to have any problem. Otherwise, once you start going here and there for getting the study material or any documentation or anything else, any video, maybe it is possible I've made a tutorial which is in 2.0 now, Vue.js 3 is there, then there can be a lot of difference. But I'll suggest you to go for the official documentation only. This tells you the latest stuff, whatever the changes are there. If you want to be on the top, then you should follow them on their GitHub as well, so that you'll be able to know the new available stuff in the version. Let's say release node. Let me tell you, here is the topic: template syntax. What is template syntax? Now we have done this. So what exactly they are using is they are implementing binding the variable. Now we have done this. Now this is V1s. Go and spend some time and tell me tomorrow what exactly is this. This is HTML directives, raw HTML. Let's say we have raw HTML, but Vue.js doesn't print the exact style of HTML. What they do is, let me show you with the zoom. What they do is, this is raw HTML. Raw HTML has this code, span, color red, and they just display it on the web page as it is. Because there's an attack which is known as XSS, cross-site scripting attack. What happens actually, someone can inject a script code, scripting or an HTML to your website or to your backend, and whenever that page gets loaded, it won't appear, or their script will fire. So to prevent that, single page applications has some precautions. What they do, they doesn't render the HTML, they just render it as it is they get. So it is span, style, color, red, and is it as it is. Now knowingly you want to render the HTML as it is. So you have to tell, who says, please just tell me VHTML, and what are the directive? This. Now you need to render the raw HTML. VHTML, raw HTML, it will render the red color. It won't show the HTML tags. Now this is on your part. If you are damn sure that it's safe, otherwise don't do this. So you can go through each and every topic, and you won't be able to remember this topic. Otherwise, until unless you are making a project and now you are facing a problem. There's a text editor which has been used by the admin panel. Now you have to render the values of the text editor on your front end, and that front end is obviously showing the values like paragraph tag, div tag, and you are confused why it is showing values like HTML. I need to get the design whatever was given by the API. So there comes a part we need to tell HTML should be this. So a lot of things. That means you need to get to this one by one. Or if you want, what I do is I normally find where exactly the search is. Now I know the keywords. So what I do, form input. I want to know basic input, let's say form input binding. Okay. On the very first stage, they'll let me know you should go for this. What so far we have done. It depends on you. You can do the search. Every website has the search. Right? So we'll meet. Yeah. Saurabh, is not safe to use. But if Saurabh, that the admin panel is safe and the user is authenticated, they are only going to design some sort of package over there. They are going to send some bold italic things, because a lot of times, when you develop a website, you have to give admin panel to your users so that they can design the things on their own, and for that you need to go for this side effect as well. Okay, let me stop sharing, and I want to share one detail with you all. Okay. Just give me a second.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Shall I stop the session then?
This recording?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can stop this. I just need a minute. I just need a minute.
Sure.
Okay. So this was a general idea. Thank you, Sai. Thank you, Vardhan. This was just a general idea. We have a lot of products on which we are working, and right now I'm working for a company is very well known and making single page application for them. Or maybe you have heard about AT&T, which is very popular in America. It's just like Vodafone, Airtel in India, and there's a AT&T company over there, and we are making the one single page application for them. That's really a giant product. I'm working with one of the company in Bangalore. So we are not a kind of daily regular teacher. What we do as a developer, what we have found that there's a big gap in the industry and the student want to get the experience, and when you go for job, they'll ask you for an internship. You don't have experience, then a lot of exploitation goes on, and you don't have experience, you don't get job. You have to get experience, and for that you have to get job. There's a big contradiction in this, and there comes a point, you have LetsUpgrade. What we do as a company, we remove that gap between industry and students. The one who's going to teach you, the one who's going to make you understand how the things work, the one who's going to tell you how to make products, the one who's going to make you experience in making live products is not going to be a simple teacher. He's going to be a developer who's having experience of 4 to 5 years. So the benefit of this is you're going to get exposure of direct 5 years experience. So it will be big help for you people as well. So now we have a post-graduation program in web development, which is most probably we're going to start from 24th May. 24th May. I would request you to join that post-graduation program. It will be a fun, and it will be a great learning. This is our passion, to give what we have. Normally developer doesn't teach, so this is a different idea. This is a unique concept what we have brought into the market. We're going to teach everyone that what we do, so that you can be at 5 years of let's say I'm having 8 years of experience. You can get 4 years of experience of mine in this course. You'll be able to learn that, and that 4 years is going to definitely help you. I'm not saying we are the best in this world and we're going to teach you all over the coding stuff. It's not going to happen in anywhere. But what we can do, what we know, how we have made ourselves, we can tell you that this is what we do. So what we are doing, we have some fame. You can get to that particular point without any hurdle. These are the hurdles of your life, when you start any of the learning. So students who's going to use my code, they're going to get a discount. You can note down the code VAR10. It's going to give you a flat discount of ₹2,000. Moreover, you can get another discount as well. Discount will be valid, only one discount will be valid at a time. If you are joining alone for the full stack development post-graduation program, then we're going to charge you 25,600. If you are a group of 2 or 3, then each of you will get 3,000 rupees discount. And if you are a group of 4 or more, you can contact on this number for big discount. Let me just share this number with you people. With everyone. Okay. So this is my code. You can apply this code to get discount as well. Yeah, we cannot club 2 discount schemes at a time. So be sure you can use only one, right? And I have given you the discount code, and that's business part. I think we have a lot of students here. That's really cool. What we do in this is just an essential course. So we're going to have basic knowledge. So if you want to be a professional, you want to learn how things move in the background, then you must join the other part. So I'll be waiting for you tomorrow. We'll have the CLI introduction, then we'll do some sort of hit and trial over there as well. And you must bring your questions tomorrow. It will be good. So, right, Pariti?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us such an amazing lecture.
Thank you. Thanks for your.
Thank you, sir. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's session. And just a reminder, I hope you have already marked your attendance. If not, kindly mark it up, because it is compulsory for you to mark the attendance in order to be eligible for the examination.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you guys. Then good night. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time, that is 7. Bye all.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.